Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. My name is Sherifa Nakalema, and my intention on this channel is to share what I know and what I continue to learn every day, and hopefully you'll find something that will inspire you to move your life forward, something new, maybe something you didn't know, or just to motivate you to move your life forward. That's my intention. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're seeing me, like you've seen me more than one time, thank you for getting back here. And I hope you subscribed already. If not, please consider subscribing today. Here I talk about business, mostly small business, and also put in some motivation there to encourage you. Actually, my intention is to encourage you to start your own business if you don't have one. I will get later into all those topics. So today, I'm going to talk to you about business structures. If you decided to start a business, what would be the best type of business to register? The information I'm giving you here is based on what I know here in Virginia, USA. But you'll find that this is similar information. They may use a different wording, but it's going to be similar. Now, I'm not an expert, so everything I say here is the way I know it, and you're free to make a comments right below, like concerning what I'm saying, or the way you know it in your own country, in your own location. But the right people to ask would be an accountant or a tax lawyers or business lawyers that will help you with this topic. Or you can find out information yourself. Continue to learn more about the topics I talk about. I suggest things and I talk about them in summary. So it's best you go find out some more. So there are 4 entities that I'm going to talk about here. One, but I hope you can see here today the weather is really not very good. The first one would be a sole proprietorship. See my handwriting? It's too much typing. Sole proprietorship. The second one would be like a general partnership. The third one would be LLC. This stands for Limited Liability Company. The first one would be a corporation. And here in America, if you're going to just a corporation, it could be a C corporation or an S corporation. Now, these are more like easier to understand because sole proprietorship is you start a business and it's just you alone. Partnerships are normally when you have 2 or more people. LLC is going to have maybe 1 person or many people, but the important thing here is that it has limited liability, which means in case of a lawsuit or anything that happens, this business is separate from the owners, so the owners are not affected by what's going on in this company. The company is operated separate from the owners. The same here, but there is a big difference between the S and the C, the corporation. Now, the corporation in America or in Virginia, where I am, the default is a C. When you say I want to register a corporation, you'll start off with a C. It's called a C corporation, and that means it's independent. It does its own taxes. By the way, you remember we had an election here where one candidate said that corporations are people, my friend. Ever heard of that statement? That person, I think, was referring to a C corporation or this corporation because they run everything like they're people. They have their own record, they pay their own taxes, they have a tax ID instead of social security number. It's like, they're like people. So I think that's what he meant. And that's the by the way. So it's a C corporation at the beginning, but you could elect to have it to run it as an S corporation. By the way, mine is an S corporation. And the difference between these two, the C corporation, the taxes are paid by the corporation. Look, at the end of the year, they compute the income, the profits or loss, and the tax element doesn't go to the owners, it's right here on the corporation level. But then, according to the tax law, some people elected, you have to elect. It's like you register as a C, but then you apply, you fill out another form to change it to an S because you want to be taxed on a personal level. Because there was double taxation in here, so that when they tax the corporation, then they go on and tax the dividends people receive from the corporation. They felt like they're being taxed twice. But when you have an S corporation, what happens? The income or profit, the net profits or losses come down to the people who own the S corporation. So they file taxes as individuals. And right here. So at the end of the year, when my corporation makes the profits or loss, whatever, it's posted down here. I get a K1 and I pay my taxes as an individual. I hope that's clear. Here, the corporation pays its own taxes, but here the taxes are passed through to the owners according to the percentages of ownership. Whether it's 20% or 30%, they send you your portion of the profits or losses, and they're posted on your personal return. Now, I'd like to talk to you about the points you have to consider before choosing any one of these. And the first one, I have to go quick, or this one is going to be a long video. The first one is ownership. So how many people are owning this business? If it's just one, you have all these options. You can be a sole proprietor, you can be, no, you don't have the partnership, no. For one person, it can be 1, 3, or 4. Now, if you are 2 people or more, of course you can't own the first one, then you consider these 3. If you are, that's on the ownership part. The other part, point number 1. By the way, I have 9 points. That's point number 1. Point number 2, you have to consider the ease with which to start this business. Is it easy or is it hard? Of course, it's going to be hard. Here you have to go through a process. But if you think of an idea and you feel like you want to start tomorrow, then sole proprietorship is very easy. You don't have to ask anyone, just go. You can even use your name, your personal name, or you can have a fictitious name, but that's the easiest to start. And this other one, also, if you have a friend and you feel like going into business, it's also easy to start. By the way, on the partnership parts, you'll find that some have like limited partnerships. Here, that's why I said go find out some more information. Depending on where you are, it doesn't have to always be a general partnership. It could be a limited partnership. So find out some more if you want to go into partnership. The third point, that's for number 2. The third point is the records. How easy is it to have the records kept? Of course, it's very easy for sole proprietor. You just buy some books. It could just be black books, and you record, keep your receipts. You may just run it that way, although it's not very good. But when it comes to this, there are so many laws. If I tell you what I have to go through every year, as far as the records, but which turns out to be actually a good thing because everything is very organized. And here you may find that things tend not to be, especially here, not very organized. They're mixing up business stuff and personal stuff. So it's not good, but it's easy to deal with because there are no like specific requirements. You have to file this form and that form. So in those terms, then it's easy. Another point you have to consider is continuity. Like what happens if an owner dies? Of course, when it's sole proprietorship, the person dies with their business. When they are dead, it's gone. So if you want your business to stay after a death, then you're going to consider down here, LLC or corporation. I think in most countries also the general partnership ends when one partner dies, but you have to find out more. I don't know, some areas maybe there is a way to continue it, but I think it ends too when the owner dies. So it's safe if you have your company to register it here so that it continues even when you are not here anymore. Another point is liability. Liability is concerned only down here. I mentioned liability. If there is, for example, a lawsuit coming to you, if you are, as you run your business, someone is suing you, the problem, you're gonna have problems here with the first two because they come for your personal property. But here, you run your business separate from you, so any lawsuit, they just consider what's owned by the business. That's a huge, huge advantage. So if you are worried about liability, better to have your business down here. Another point is taxes. Taxes, you see big corporations, by the way, they save on taxes, they are government, like the government consider them as big employers, so they have advantages here, taxes. And when we're talking about taxes, we have to talk about audits. Like in America, there are a lot of IRS audits, and they tend to audit here more. Because like I mentioned, they tend some not to be very organized, they are not recording things properly. So when they come into audit, they're most likely to find problems down here, up here. So they like to audit these more. That's what I hear. Remember, I said I just share what I know, but I think that's true. And here, because when you are running these companies, you have like a bookkeepers, accountants, CPAs, they're taking care of stuff. That's why I remember one time I had to have an audit, and I didn't even meet them. I just sent them to my CPA, and she dealt with them. I never even got to see them. They come, they look whatever they're looking for, and nothing, there was no problem. Everything was in order, and it was very easy. That's when I realized, oh, it's very important to have like someone dealing with your records, and also very important to have your business, or maybe as an LLC or an S. That's what I have. This C corporation is mostly for people who are thinking about growing big, the Amazon.com, the Microsoft, and you know the big companies, they sell stocks, so anyone can buy into. I didn't mention here there is a limit on the owners, on the S, 100, not more than 100 people can own here. There's unlimited number on the C corporation and the LLC. So if you want to grow big, 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 unlimited, you want to consider these two, and mostly the C corporation. But that's my opinion. Remember, I'm not an expert. I'm just giving what I read about, and you can always confirm. Another point is borrowing. If you think you're going to borrow, you plan to borrow from banks, you want to have your business right here. Because number one, as you are running the business, you have your own tax ID for the business, separate from like a social security number. I'm talking about America now. And the company is having its own credit, like credit rating. So it's easy to see how things are going, and the banks are more likely to trust these businesses with their money than those. Still, my opinion. And also, investors. I recorded another video where I talked about being in the investor category. If you want to investors to be attracted to your company, maybe you want them to put millions, you are growing, you have this new product, it's better when you are right here, because they trust that their money will be safe and everything is recorded properly. So if you're considering inviting in investors, consider having your business registered below. I'm saying below because it will take time saying one by one, but I think you understand. Another point is the allowable deductions. You'll find that big corporations have allowable deductions that may not be allowed here or there just because they're big. So I don't want to go into details of that. Like one of them is like insurance for their employees, but you can find out more. Of course, if you're going to grow a business like that, you're going to have experts. You have the accountants. They know what they're doing, and they'll advise you accordingly. But just know that there are the advantages here because of the company just being big. There are allowable expenses that may not be allowed up there. And these people may not even incurring those expenses, those kind of expenses. So I think that's all I have about this topic for today in summary form. I hope you got out something. Please go read more about it. And by the way, it's not too late to switch. You could have like maybe your business is registered here or here. You can go and switch it and change it. It's possible to do that after you see the advantages. Sole proprietorship is the worst of all of them because it could dies with you. You cannot continue it. It cannot continue. So it's best. There's just a few fees that you have to pay to register these. Most of this one I think is easier. I deal with the S corporation. There are some things that have to keep doing, but I think it's worth it because you have the peace of mind. And I didn't go in future for people who follow me, what I keep recording, I'll tell you how I deal with this one. You can create all kinds of services under it, and it's fun. It's nice because it's all in one umbrella. I hope you liked what I'm teaching here today. It's sort of not very easy, to follow, but hopefully you followed me and you understood it. If not, please go find out. Find out about business entities and business structures. That's how you're gonna find this anywhere you're looking. And thank you so much for being patient to get to the end of this video. And if you like it, please like it below and share it. If you know someone who's thinking about owning a business, or they already own it, but maybe they have a sole proprietorship, ask them to find out some more about an LLC. Maybe they could switch to protect themselves and their assets. Also, please subscribe to the channel. This channel, I'm going to teach a lot about business. More is coming, especially internet marketing, affiliate marketing is coming in the future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Like I always end these videos, take very good care of yourself and your family and the people you care about. Until next time, bye-bye.